Let's turn to the president's health, which became an issue this afternoon. It was a White House press conference for the ages. Really was something remarkable to watch this unfold, with the president's physician at the podium at the White House reporting to us that the president had received a clean bill of health in his annual physical. But reporters put the pressure on him, maybe hoping he'd reveal something else. Watch part of it.
Does the president wear dentures? Are you ruling out things like early onset Alzheimer's? Are you looking at dementia-like symptoms?
Is there anything you're keeping from us for privacy reasons?
Are you confident of his prostate health?
His weight, I think he said 239, right? It seems, I think that's just shy of obesity,
it
right?
Is, yeah.
So you're confident of that number, and did you do any measurements?
We are joined now by the author of The Capitalist Code, Ben Stein. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this before, Ben. They just they wouldn't let it die. So the president told his doctor, go out and answer every single question they have. And he did. So what'd you make of it?
I made of it the fact that the press corps have lost their marbles. I mean, they're just going crazy, asking questions about, is he 1 pound above or 1 pound below a certain number, asking if they're sure whether or not he has early onset Alzheimer's. I mean, they will do anything to discredit this president. Does he wear dentures? Right. What are they talking about here? These are trivial and incredibly inconsequential matters. But the early onset Alzheimer's is not trivial, because the Democrats, and by and large, the media is synonymous with the Democrat Party, are desperately trying still to undo the results of 2016's election. They will do anything they can to do it, even asking about his dentures. They'll do anything. In case people did miss this, and it went on for, like I said, for an hour, the summary, you could give it very quickly. The doctor, the White House physician, says the president's essentially in pretty good health. There's no concerns, no cognitive concerns, certainly, something that came up over and over again. He could afford to lose some weight. He says maybe lose 10, 15 pounds would be the suggestion. He's going to work on his diet, all that kind of. That was basically the summary. But to your point, what we played, they asked about just about everything. We have another clip here. The president talking about the junk food he supposedly eats, and even though he does so, he's still reported as being healthy. Listen to this.
Can you explain to me how a guy who eats McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicks and all those Diet Cokes and who never exercises is in as good a shape as you say he's in?
It's called genetics. I don't know. It's some people have, just great genes. I told the president that if he had a healthier diet over the last 20 years, he might live to be 200 years old.
There you go, Ben. The best genes of all time. President Trump, apparently.
Well, most Americans eat a lot of McDonald's. If eating McDonald's is really bad for you, this country would be in the graveyard long ago. This idea, this snobby, sneering idea that eating McDonald's is going to make you sick and put you into the grave is just nonsense. There's no evidence that eating McDonald's is going to kill you. I will tell you, God bless me. I hope I'm not bragging, but I eat a lot of McDonald's and I'm overweight.
You're a Big Mac guy?
Function at a fairly high. I'm able to eat a function at a fairly high level. I don't think, if somebody can show me a document showing that eating McDonald's is consistent with lower brain function, I'd like to see it. They can't do it. It's just more contempt from a press corps that just reeks contempt. That press room should be called the chamber of contempt.
What's your favorite McDonald's meal?
I asked them to make me a freshly made cheeseburger. And it's really, really good. If they make it for you fresh, there's hardly anything more delicious in the whole world. But look, America is McDonald's country. America is Burger King country. America is Domino's country. That's what makes us a great country. We eat all this stuff. Our bodies digest it. We come out the most productive, healthiest people in the world.
You ask them to make you. I like that. I don't want to. I have no more follow-ups because I don't want this to turn into.
They'll do it.
They do. If you ask them to do it fresh, they'll. I don't want this to turn into what that turned into. And ask you a million questions about it.
I've never been paid a penny by McDonald's or even given a penny off my bill. But I will tell you, if eating McDonald's food is bad for us, we're doomed, and we should start sending it all over to North Korea.
Let's talk about some serious stuff while you're here. That's what we plan to do tonight anyway.
Okay.
All right, economy. We have the tax cuts taking effect. We'll get to the markets in a second. It was kind of a crazy day today. But Fred Smith was on, the FedEx CEO, with Stuart Varney earlier, talking about the effect of these tax cuts and what they do for U.S. businesses. So let's take a listen to Fred Smith.
I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot of things as a result of this tax bill because it was very, very good policy. We will be responsive to the tax bill. Well, I don't know if it would be bonuses. It might just be increased wages. The tax bill corrects something that's been a real problem for American business for years, and that is the punitive tax code that we used to have that dissuaded investment. And investment is the only way to make blue-collar workers, people that don't have college degrees, more productive and have more income. It will increase business investment in this country, and that is the biggest single problem that we had prior to this tax reform.
All right, Ben, what do you make of how U.S. companies have reacted to the tax bill?
I think Mr. Smith is totally right. God bless his soul, and God bless FedEx. They also do a wonderful job. Wouldn't it be great if I could get my McDonald's shipped to me by FedEx? That would be perfect.
Put it all together. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But look, what the president has done is essentially compel American businesses to make a big investment in their workers.
Right.
And he said, we're going to give you back some money. We're going to pass it on to our grandchildren to pay it off. But we're going to give you the incentive to make investments to make each worker in America more productive. I'm worried about the deficits. I'm worried as heck about inflation. That is the 800-pound gorilla in the room is inflation. We're not going to talk about that for a while until it actually bites us. But that is the
later
gorilla.
this year,
well,
you think?
It's happening. Yeah, definitely. At least that's my opinion, but I'm often wrong. So, but the basic idea of the tax code, which was to liberate money from businesses, take it and liberate money from the government and give it back to the businesses to make for a stronger, richer business sector. That was a great idea. America's business is business. America's business is not government. America's business is business, and we're giving back to business, and business gives back to the workers and to college endowments and to people's retirement funds, and it all works out very well.